Morjens and welcome to Rauta Reviews. Today's band is a young Finnish band known as Earthgrave. Founded in sometime 2014, this band is yet to release their debut album, but here is exactly what we have. A debut album called First Snow of the Final Winter. Well, this is a mere CDR release so far. There should be a digital copy out anytime soon. So what we have here is just, like I said, CDR with not much to see. 8 tracks, and I don't know the exact length of the album, something around 40 minutes or so. And I think it's pretty fitting length for this kind of music. And the music is a Gothenburg style Swedish melodic death metal. Well, to the minus Swedish part, considering that this band is from Finland and the Helsinki based or Rauta based, anyway, capital city based band. Now this band has already released a demo and whatnot prior to this one. At least one demo is known, and now they decided to go on a self-financed basis to release this one. I'm not sure if it's exactly a smart move, and you know my things for this, my explanation for this is that, well, self-financed CDs usually are not a good idea for many various reasons, but there's a different video for that kind of talk, so let's just keep to the actual music. Now, like I said, this band reminds me of very Gothenburg style of stuff. That is, think of earlier In Flames, Dark Tranquility, Gates of Ishtar, and whatever the names were back in the earlier mid-90s, and you get the idea what is going on. So kind of vocals which are, you know, reminiscent of kind of a black metal with a more like a screamy way rather than the typical growling death metal way. But then again, the music is in fact just, you know, melodic metal. That is, this is more towards kind of a dissection and the type, minus the dark, sinister feeling and whatnot. So it's not like this is a dark funeral or mayhem or dissection style of music in that sense. But, you know, these kind of subgenres have their similarities. They're kind of different. More like the same gene pool in a way. No. Nevertheless, however you want to box or label this one, these guys are just, you know, playing melodic stuff with more on the fast-paced tempo. And it can be heard quite easily that these guys have history with, you know, previous death metal and black metal encounters as well, because these vocals with this one are more, yet again, related to the black metal style, the more melodic sense. But surely these kind of shrieky vocals are something that kind of fitting to this kind of genre, and nothing new, nothing bold, etc. Now, sound-wise, this is a typical self-financed CD, and what I mean by that is that the guitar sound, for example, is kind of a clear, but yet again, at the same time, it's kind of a powerless and kind of a weak, in fact. It's kind of like an over-lengthy demo recording feeling what I'm getting from this. That is not to say that these songs are not good, or at least somewhat good, but the thing is that it is kind of easy to be, you know, spotting the facts that this is not something that was used in a, I don't know, professional studio with a lot of producing and whatever. And that's why I think one of the reasons is that this is something that kind of bothers me, in the sense that this clear reason why bands are not signing these kind of raw and unpolished versions of so-called mainstream melodic metal. I mean, there's a huge gap between this kind of release and those of, you know, what bigger labels are doing in the very same genre. These guys are just, you know, skilled enough with their instruments, they're understanding how guitar melodies work and which kind of melodies to use in order not to bore the listener to death. Well, that is what this album actually has. It kind of has this kind of a raw, kind of younger feeling of what, for example, Amonamoth is doing. So kind of a very common stuff in the genre. It's not like this band is, you know, renewing the genre here or doing something new in other ways, but, you know, they are doing it good, but still it kind of lacks the power and kind of the impact value what this album actually could have, given it would have better production and kind of a like, I don't know, a little bit better songs all in all. Now these guys are clearly heading somewhere, but I don't know if doing it self-financed way is the proper way to go, because now they are basically putting out kind of a raw demo-like recording and just calling it a debut album. What instead they could have done was, you know, take like 3 or 4 tracks with this, let it spread as a demo on, I don't know, social media, Bandcamp and whatnot, and then basically save the best parts for, I don't know, a proper release. Or even give those kind of a re-recording of those demo songs, because that would be a kosher thing to do. But now if they just, you know, let it release on the CDR, all these great melodies are kind of wasted, because it's not very, you know, it doesn't make any sense to really, you know, record them again and release them on a proper, you know, CD. Now, I don't have anything against being self-financed and all that stuff, but like I said, it usually doesn't work very well. And because of this kind of a powerless production on this one, well, it kind of leaves a lot to hope for when it comes to the overall feeling on this stuff. However, if you are into melodic metal in the first place, I think Earthgrave has surely deserved your attention. Basically because, well, these guys might be a future's promise of something good to have in the genre. However, this one just won't cut it properly. It's decent, but far from being great. Thank you for watching this review, and as always, if you haven't done it so far, subscribe to the channel, and also, if you're familiar with the recording, drop your comments on the box below. See you soon with another review from Rauta channel.